Oh, right guys, first an apology. It's been incredibly busy, man. The last few weeks, insane, and the next couple are also going to be pretty full on. So let's put the camera down and I'll tell you what's going on. Well, firstly, I've been like really busy at work. It's made it really impossible to produce any sort of content over the last couple of weeks. And unfortunately, it appears that it might be the case going forward for the next 2 weeks as well. I've got the street board on the bench at the moment. It's really poorly. It needs a new motor. I'm actually going to change both motors, I think, for bigger motors. So yeah, that video will be coming up soon. So I've already taken the motor mount off of the truck. Unfortunately, this pulley, well I say unfortunately, it is fortunate. I took the grub screws out and I used some Loctite 638 to also glue this pulley to the shaft, and it's properly on there. I can't actually get the mount out, so I've got a blowtorch and some butane, and I'll be taking that pulley off, getting the motor off. This motor is actually fried. I'm not sure what's happened to it. Maybe it's the bearings. We'll take it apart and have a look at it, but yeah, I need to swap it out. I've got a new motor here to go on, and if you've got keen eyes you'll notice that that is a bigger motor than this one. Other than that, the board's looking pretty sweet on the Kaguamas. I really do like these. Cool wheels. Also, I'm just about to order the geared drive system for the Tramper. So we're going to be doing a little mini series on building the Tramper up, and that will be episode 1, will be the drivetrain, the motors, all of that sort of stuff. Tomorrow I go to a place called Turkmenistan for 2 weeks. I'm going out there for work. We're going to cover a weightlifting event, and I'm not entirely sure whether there'll be much to see, because I may just be going from the compound to the hotel, back to the compound we're working at, and I may not get to travel around much. If I am going to be travelling around, I'm definitely taking the camera with me, and I'm definitely going to get some cinematics of Turkmenistan, because let's face it, how many of you guys have been to Turkmenistan? I haven't, would probably never go if it wasn't for work, so I hope I can document it in some way, and if I can, I'll definitely post it on the channel. Also, I've got some more plans for 3D printing stuff. But one area for attention for 3D printing is these phase wires. As you can see, there's holes where the wires go into the case. Now that's not particularly waterproof, and in here I have the two speed controllers, so you really don't want to be getting water in there. So I'm going to be 3D printing something that goes over here and waterproofs that. Another problem is the front of the board. You can see I've got a double gasket on there just to try and take up some of this space, but even still, it's still not sealed. So the plans will be to cut this gasket a bit closer and also 3D print something that's going to go around the top here at the front to seal this part of the board. And then I think the back is pretty well sealed, so we're not going to be having any problems there. So yeah, something that will go around here. So we're going to be 3D printing that. Also on the top of the board, this was only I really like the way that I've put these phase, like hidden these stuff, well, I say hidden. I really like the way I've put these phase wires in the board. Unfortunately, it looks a bit DIY, which I don't mind. It was only really temporary. You can see some of the tape's actually come off on this one. It's not even on anymore. So plans will be to, I'm actually going to 3D print something that will go over this and secure it. I don't actually know what I'm going to do yet. Obviously I have to let a bit of height into it to cover it, but I want to put something on there that covers these wires, and these wires will be wrapped up with self-amalgamating tape. The start of December is going to be awesome because we're going to Saudi Arabia to cover the first Formula E race. And in case I haven't mentioned it before or you don't know, the company I work for has just won the contract for Formula E, so we're providing all of the broadcasting facilities. I actually 3D printed some prototype parts for the camera mounted system for the cars, and you can see that video up here. So Saudi Arabia is going to be really cool. I'm going to be showing you hopefully a bit of behind the scenes about how we sort of achieve coverage of the cars driving around the track and all the other bits and pieces. Looking forward to 2019, we're also going to be going to Hong Kong, Mexico, New York, a few other places like that. So if you like a bit of travel and you're into Formula E, stay tuned for that. 2019 is going to be an awesome year. So yeah, it's time to put all the filaments away, shut the workshop down, and I'll be back in 2 weeks, guys. Right, that's it then, guys. 3D printer is off. Other 3D printer is off. So all that's left now is to get to the airport, and I'll see you next time.